Sounds like tigers roaring. Jesus Christ, you guys sounded like roaring lions. Okay.
I'm so glad I recorded that.
Bro, that was crazy.
Hey, it's Nikki. Hey, it's Eleanor. And welcome back to the Mind X Muscle Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Mind X Muscle Podcast. It's Eleanor.
And it's Nikki.
And today we have Kaylee. We recorded this episode, got fucked up, and now we're gonna re-record it. We had a whole plan. I deleted the plan. So we're just gonna roll with it. Kaylee, do you want to introduce yourself, who you are, what you do?
I am a competitive bodybuilder, online coach. I manage fitness facilities. My entire life is basically in the fitness industry. Really excited to be here. Really excited to go with the flow. I have no idea what we talked about in the last episode now, so this is going to be really fun. Glad to be here.
Yay.
Yeah, we're glad to have you on, and I think we've talked about this in the previous podcast, but one of the main reasons why we wanted to have you is, one, you've been competing for a while, and when you first started, you made your way into the national stages, and this is your first year switching from a natural athlete and hand athlete, so we wanted to pick your brain, your experience so far, and kind of go from there. So if you want to go talk about how you started competing.
So I started competing in 2023. I would have started with my coach in October of 2022. We had quite a bit of time before my first show, so I wanted to see which division I would fit in. And I stepped on stage in May of 2023, my first show. I won the overall in the natural side, and then runner up to the overall in the open division, same show. And I ended up doing nationals my first 2 years only in the open divisions, even though I was a natural athlete. I 2 national shows my second year. My first national show I took second. Years I took first in my classes and fell short in the overall. Last year was my first year competing in the natural stream, even though I've been a natural athlete the entire time up until after this show. And I took first in my class and fell short in the overall again. So I am in my 4th season competing. Pretty crazy. A lot of people ask me how I compete every year, and I every year think about taking an off season and then I decide to compete. I love it. I'm super excited for this year and really excited to see how my physique looks enhanced this time. Take a swing at it in Vancouver in July.
It's exciting. Yeah, you're looking great.
Yeah, I think I've leaned out a little bit since we did our first episodes. Yeah, it's going pretty well. My prep has been pretty chill so far. I'm still eating carbs with all my meals, which is not typical for me. I usually have 2 meals without carbs on my times, but this year I'm definitely eating more food. I just started taking my Anavar again 2 weeks ago, so things are starting to really take shape, and it's fun.
How many weeks out are you now?
I just passed 12, like 12 and a half weeks out. Sorry, 11 and a half.
Okay.
It's
Same.
coming
July,
fast.
really quick. And we wanted to talk about your transition from being a natural competitor to the open, kind of like if there was any pressure to take that leap, or I know you kind of fell short in the overall a few times. You're almost there every single time. So do you find like that was your reason to take it to the next level? What were your thoughts behind that, and what made you do the switch?
Yeah, I think definitely that played a role in our decision to start running a cycle this time. I've been so close every single year. What could give me that little bit of competitive edge? And I'm 29 years old this year. My coach, Ryan, he's really great, and he never pressured me. He was the complete opposite my entire career bodybuilding. He was just like, not yet, not yet. We don't need it yet. You are fine. Your natural potential is not tapped out completely. And not saying that it is even now, because honestly, I do believe I still could have kept competing as a natural athlete and continued to do well. It's just like I'm at the point in my life where it's like, okay, these are my prime years drifting behind me. You know what I mean? So it's like I want to go pro. That's a big goal for me. And I want to compete on a pro stage. They always say go big or go home. Everyone wants to go to the Olympia, but I also know that genetics play a very big role in being that competitive in this sport. And I don't know. We'll see where my journey takes me. Definitely no pressure to become an enhanced athlete. And it was really fun to represent the natural capabilities in the open divisions for so long to prove to other people and myself and other athletes that want to get into the sport that you don't always have to make that decision so soon.
That is so true. And like you're able to sit down with yourself and ask, okay, where do I see myself in this sport? Do I want to do this long term? And that is also a deciding factor whether to take the jump.
Most definitely. I think it's important to consider these things because they take a toll on your health too. And there's precautionary measures that you have to take. But I think I said this in the last episode. It got to the point where I was just like, I've like in my past life when I used to drink and do crazy stuff, I did drugs for fun. I'll do drugs for bodybuilding.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, exactly. YOLO. Live your life. Do what you want.
Yeah. Your story reminds me about Jess. I don't remember her last name. Jess, for years, getting second at a national show, second to the overall. And then one year, last year, she ended up doing her first, like her rookie year. And she got third, second, then first, made it to the Olympics. And you never, you said, go big or go home right away after. You said, I have to be realistic. That is realistic. In the bikini division, it is. You could be last place one day and you could be first place next.
Yeah, it really is. Just like whoever's day
So,
it is, right? It's such a subjective division. I know exactly who you're talking about. She's the Team Atlas girl. She
Yes.
looked great at the Olympia too. Like her debut was
Amazing.
incredible. So yeah, optimistic and realistic at the same time. It is possible. So shoot for the stars, right?
Well, I think there's a balance of like, you can be realistic, right? Like Janet's in her mid to late 30s and she's still competing.
Yeah.
So don't kid yourself.
Same with,
Like
like,
don't push yourself short.
Ashley Kaltwasser too. I'm pretty sure she's mid-30s. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So initially, when you first started competing, you were already going to the gym, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I had been going to the gym for 3 or 4 years. I was introduced to bodybuilding because I started going to the gym at a private facility in Saskatoon called Max Out. A lot of the people that train there are competitors. I was working out one day and Melina walked by. She's the Golden Prairie Cup promoter. It's her show. And she was like,
Sorry, that's a regional show?
yeah, that's the one in Saskatchewan. That's the one I did last year to requalify for natural and open. But this was in 2022. She would have walked by me and was like, are you going to compete my show? And I was like, no. And she's like, come on, 16 weeks, you could do it. And I was like, I don't know. Now looking back on it, she's a promoter. So it's like the more people you can get into your show. But something about it stuck with me. So I decided to buy the pay-per-view for that show that year. I watched it at my desk when I worked at the car dealership when my life looked very different. Watch that show. One of my friends was competing in it, and the girl that won the overall was actually Ryan's client. And she was amazing. Like, she looked so good, especially for the regional show. I just remember watching it. I was like, I want that. So I set up a call with Ryan that week. Yeah, because I started with him in October and the show's in September. So I sent him intake photos in October, and he told me that he thought the bikini division would be good for me. And that's where we went with that. I was on stage May the following year. So 3 years training on my own, literally no idea what the hell I was doing in the gym. And then I started with my coach and I learned how to eat properly. And then I started coaching and doing the same thing.
When you initially went into competing, did you think that you were going to take it this far?
No, I did it for fun. Like my first year, I just wanted to see how far I could push myself and see how well I would do. Yeah, that's the trap for sure. At that point, like I said, I was still working in the car industry. I was working 6 days a week, 12-hour days, just constantly go, 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 so stressed out all the time. I also planned a wedding that year, my first year, all in one stint in my prep. That was nuts. Pushed myself really hard. And when I won that overall, I just, there was something about it that healed something inside of me from when I was a kid because I always was kind of good at things. I played a lot of sports. I always made the team, but I was never team captain. I always thought I sucked growing up and I wasn't good at anything. And then I started competing, and when I won that first overall, I was like, wow,
That
I
lit a
can really
fire.
do this. Yeah. And then when Ryan was like, we should go to nationals, like I think you would look great up there. So this was obviously 2023. Bikini has changed so much since my first year, but I took second in my class that year. And it was just like mind boggling to me that that was like my first ever year competing and also going into nationals in the open division as a natural athlete.
I know. That's
Yeah, it was pretty
crazy.
nuts. Tyler Mannion was the judge. Like he was my first national show. This was Toronto Pro. My feedback from him,
Shut
he's like,
up.
you're great. Like you've got the look for bikini. He's like, you just need more glutes and more delts. And so I literally just train more glutes and more delts, and that's what I've been doing for the last like freaking 4 years. This year I was gonna do Toronto because he's judging again, but my life blew up and I had to push my show. So now we're doing the Van Pro show in July. Still excited. It's Ron judging, and I like Ron as a judge because I get to come in lean.
And yeah, I remember you saying
Oh
you don't
yeah. He likes
have
lean.
a
Good
problem
pop
getting
at the same time. I like coming in a little bit harder in comparison to filling up a lot. Like, I don't know. I
Kaylee, we have similar body structures
very.
where we store the most
Mhm.
fat, but also where we lose the most
Mhm.
fat. And I find that the taller that we are, and we're pretty tall, right? So like it's so easy to get lean up top, and it's so difficult to get lean in the
It's such a
bottom.
balancing act. It's crazy. Like my shoulders striate in my off season, and it's like my ass is the size of
Same.
the equator. It doesn't even make sense.
the equator.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's literally so
And then you get
true.
on stage and they're like, "Oh, you're very vascular up top," you know? I don't know what to do with that. Genetics plays such a big role in placing,
In the sport.
got to do it for more reasons than winning just because you love it, you know?
Do you guys find that the bikini division is getting like big, like the standard, the girls are getting bigger and bigger, or is it just me? Okay.
100%.
I find
100%.
ever since Fit Model came into play, I feel like they've been rewarding different for bikini. Is that just me?
Definitely something that can happen. We all seen Maureen take the win last year at the Olympia, and she definitely wasn't the most muscular girl on that stage. I think so much of it is total package. Like the balance, but it's like if you look at Amy who won the Arnold, she's way more muscular than Maureen. Like holy crow, those girls were big. And like Phoebe Hagen, like she's won a bunch of shows this season. And she's like, I just watched a podcast the other day. It doesn't matter, we're not going to plug any podcast for free. But they compared her show like 2023 to like now, like before she took her really long off season, or it might have been 2024, but it was a show she won. She took first place in comparison to her most recent wins. And the
I
glute
saw that.
development and the depth in her glutes and her
It's
shoulders
insane.
and everything, I was just like, both of these were winning physiques. I mean, that plays into it is who shows up. If everyone on stage shows up and they're freaking big, it's like, okay, we're gonna pick the most balanced, hard, big girl that's on the stage in comparison to if someone shows up soft and smaller, you know?
Yeah.
But then there's also owning the stage, your presentation, and so much that they take consideration because of Maureen winning the Olympia last year. So it's just like, I don't know. It's so, it's gambling.
Is there any pro that you compare your own physique to? Like, you know that your structure is very similar to theirs? Because I have one, and I've been told I had one by my posing coach, by my coach, by other coaches. Like, they tell you, like, you look just like this person. Like once you get bigger, you could look. Do you think you have anyone that you?
I've had people compare me to other pros and send me pictures of people that follow me, and they're like, you're gonna be an Olympian. One time it was Ashley Callwasser, one time it was Laura Lee, and it's just like, sure, like we all have similar like balance and shape, obviously, but I'm like, I don't know. If there's anyone I think I might have glutes like, it's probably Brie from Vancouver, because she has really short tie-ins
Oh yeah.
but beautiful big glutes, you know? I just don't have that length in my tie-ins. They're very short. I really worked on developing them this year, so we'll see how they show this year with my package, but I definitely have been told. Sorry, go ahead.
A particular judge doesn't like short tie-ins is what we were told after I competed last year.
Because it's like you can't change that.
I don't like short. What do you want me to do?
More RDLs. I don't know.
Me literally ChatGPTing. I'm like, how do I lengthen my tie-ins? Chat's like, try this. I'm like, let's go.
But that's I personally think, and Kaylee can vouch for this, I think the most difficult part about bikini, I might get emotional because last season took everything from me. The hardest part about bikini isn't the side anymore. It's once you've racing to the top, literally doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, but it's what judges in front of you. What gets the finals part about like finally accepting that. It's accepting that.
It's really hard.
Yeah, it's such a subjective.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm always curious of their actual judging panel, of what's actually on there and what makes that final decision. Like it confuses me, and like it's always different. Like, oh, if this person's judging this show, okay, that's good because this person likes this. It's crazy how different it could be. But I guess it's almost like that with every sport.
Not really.
Sometimes, but
name another sport that.
True.
No, honestly, name another sport like that.
Well, sometimes with dance and stuff, it depends if someone's going for more choreography targeted towards emotion or choreography more towards technique or things that they could do or the way they perform versus what song did you pick and how are you acting out this number. So it depends. I remember for me, it was always so different because we'd always go to the same competition in Detroit or another one called Hall of Fame where they would have certain judges there, and we noticed at this specific show the judges would like more of the emotional side of things. They pick a song that has more emotion in it or more, it tells a story, and the way you perform reenacts that story kind of thing, versus a different show or competition would be they like more tech. The more you show off, like what can you do? It's really hard. So maybe dancing, but like I get what you mean.
I don't know if you guys watched that Netflix documentary, but all I'm thinking about is the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Like where they do the auditions and they're just like, she doesn't have her spark this year. Like there's something wrong with her. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's really
what's that? What's that other show with the moms, the kids, moms dancing? Like, that's what I'm thinking about right now.
I loved that show. That was my shit. Abby Lee. I actually Apple's Dance Center in Pittsburgh and met, what's her name? I have a picture of me at the dance center. It was on a dance competition. We made a detour so we could go to this place. I loved that show.
Okay, wait, let me explain. You know how Tyler does those videos?
Yeah, like the whole critique.
The video, exactly. When he says that, I think about dance moms. Number 2. You suck. Number 3, you just weren't as good as number 2. Number 1, you're the winner. Like that, I love his critiques. And when he does them, they make sense. But there needs to be more consistency in this sport. There needs to be more consistency. And honestly, I'm getting so frustrated right now. But thank God for John, because Toronto Pro right now is going to be the best show that we've had in years, because he's finally doing something about it. It's going to be a good show, and there's probably going to be consistency. The winner that you're going to see get their pro card is probably going to do very, very well at a pro level show, because all of the pros that have won at Toronto the last whatever years How are they on the pro stage?
Yeah, it's going to be much more of, okay, this person has that pro level physique versus, oh, I just prefer a little more of the shape or the posing and this, that. Like, it's actually like in the book, like proper,
Or longer tie-ins.
whole proper package. Yeah, right? Like, so specific and subjective.
I don't know. Wait, Kaylee, why aren't you doing Toronto?
Because I'm behind diet-wise.
More time is
Yeah.
good, though. It gives you more time to grow.
Oh, have you seen the lineup at Toronto? I don't even want to go. Those girls are fucking stacked, bro. That lineup is crazy.
And you're fucking...
But I'm good. Me and Kaylee Bahar, we're going to meet up in Vancouver. We're going to have a good time. I'm so excited to compete with her.
With who?
Kaylee Bahar. She's like Jewel Sculpting's girl. She was at your show last year. She got moved out right away. Big glutes. You guys have similar shape. But yeah, Bikini is basically just a muscle beauty pageant. Because it's like so much.
I remember her.
It's so much just like total package. That's what I think. A lot of times I can watch shows like pro shows and you just know who's gonna win. You can see it when they come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
wellness is getting bigger and bigger, I've noticed. But the Olympia,
every
I don't
division.
know. I guess it just depends who shows up. Every show needs a winner, but Olympia, they're keeping it consistent. Eduarda isn't the biggest. Her glutes, yes, but her shape is very feminine, which I loved. But for the pro shows, the girls winning last year, they're getting big. They're getting real big.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Or
wellness is like,
right?
Yeah.
Is there, I guess before you actually started taking any like enhancements, you took the time to really like build the physique, you took the time to build the habits, the routine. Right now, is there anything that kind of like scares you about going into the enhanced route? I know you guys are obviously like very smart about it, but is there anything that you're fearful that maybe other people could benefit from knowing?
Sure. I just think that everything has its risks, and knowing the risks and doing everything you can to prioritize your health, regular blood work, making sure everything's in line, taking things into consideration. Like when I came off of the Anavar, my acne flared really bad. So knowing that like it's androgenic, you're going to experience things like this.
I feel like understanding.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say there's always a trade-off.
And I'm going to add about when you're coming off of it, your acne tends to flare up. It's knowing why it's doing that. Oh, it's because estrogen's coming back up or progesterone, something is shifting or increasing or decreasing, and knowing what is understanding your body more versus like, oh yeah, I just know I get acne and that's it kind of thing. Like kind of digging a bit deeper.
Yeah, taking those things seriously. It's really important because there are people, when you have everything in line and you know what's happening and you're doing everything you can to keep those data points in line, it's like you can run these things and not have the negative repercussions. You can be a female who runs PEDs, but you don't lose your femininity as long as you're careful about it and you learn the proper ways to cycle on and off of things to make sure that you're not doing too much. And it's just, I think the biggest thing that scares me is like not being the most knowledgeable, but also knowing that I have a team behind me that is the most knowledgeable and wants me to learn at the same time. So it's just prioritizing having someone in your corner. Even people that don't bodybuild, like there's so many unrealistic standards for physiques nowadays that all my clients ask me about peptides. And they're like, I want to run all these things. And I'm just like, I understand you want to, but it's just like the boxes that you should check on a daily basis are going to do 99% of the heavy lifting. And if you're not getting 8 hours of sleep and you're not eating every meal on plan and you're drinking on the weekends and you're not pushing till failure in your training, but you want to run PEDs, it's just like, it's not a magic thing, you know? And so like, I think a lot of people need to know that there's a time and a place and it's not something to be doing willy-nilly.
Well, you're a perfect example, right? For years, you did not take any enhancements. This is your first year, and you dieted, you did your sleep, you took your off season, you literally did everything you're supposed to do, diet, training, nutrition. You did it. Whereas some people don't even compete and they take enhancements. Which is fine. I'm a proponent of do whatever you want to do. I don't care. But then don't wish that you looked a certain way. Don't admire how other people work hard. If you're going to compare or judge if you can't do it yourself. What I'm trying to say.
Social media is being blown up with peptides and all the stuff that people are talking about, and it's so easily accessible for everybody, but you have to learn the basics first, and once you get that down pat, then understanding more about what that substance or PED is or what it does versus like, oh, I seen this online, I heard that it could help you lose weight. It's like, well, how does it do that? What's the risk to reward? Kind of how does it make you feel?
It's so important. And the long-term studies, right? It's like, are you a part of the long-term study or have they done any? Because there are a lot of peptides out there that don't have a lot of studies long-term on them. You are the study.
Literally.
Just be careful. I don't know. I'm also the type of coach that I know I don't know everything, and people are like, I want to run this and that and this. And I'm like, to each their own, whatever you want to do. But I just want you to know that this is not under me telling you to do these things.
And I love that honesty.
So I'll give you a good example. I don't know, but I think people on the podcast know. I tried a peptide called Kisspeptin. It's supposed to help increase LH and FSH levels.
Yes, you were starting that when we did the last episode, I think.
Yeah, I started in February. I still haven't got my cycle back, but I'm super open about this. I, for the first time in years, have actually felt like a girl. I'm not kidding. We barely changed food. Cardio actually went up by minutes because I asked him to. I stopped taking I literally stopped all the peptides, I think, because I was like, I'm done. I just need a break from every, I just want to do my own thing. But this is the first time in so long, and I actually think it's because of the Kisspeptin. Like, my hair stopped falling out. My hair stopped falling out. My libido's up. My sleep is better. I don't get chills. I actually feel hot.
That's so good. So it's doing something.
That's really good improvement. Like, do your research before you just like
you're willing to take that risk.
Hop on something.
I find that honesty from a
I
find that honesty from the coach so important. Like, because a lot of people think they can, if they've tried something themselves, they feel like they can talk about it and be like an expert about it. But it's nice to hear people saying like, okay, it's nice that you came to me with this, but like I honestly don't know enough about it or don't have enough experience with this thing to tell you to take it or feel comfortable to tell you to take it. So I find that huge, and I think we need more honesty in the industry, honestly.
So you're not running anything except the Kisspeptin right now?
I'm running nothing.
Oh, you pulled it.
I pulled the Kiss. I was on GH. I never got off GH. So I got off everything because I'm done. I'm at the point now where what else is there to do aside from HRT, and I'd be a 24-year-old on HRT right now. Like, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
So I want to let my body do its thing. And it's hard because it's like Jaden can't do anything. I can't do anything. I literally just, the hardest part.
It's perfect timing what you're doing right now, like getting off everything. One, because you are in your off season. This is the time to do these things and experiment these things. And two, because you've already have been running that stuff for a little bit now, especially the peptides. There is a thing where it's like, how long can you keep overloading your system, right? There's still a vague area of how long you can be on these sorts of things when it comes to peptides. And like, how long can you keep overloading your system and like firing up your mitochondria and like firing up your body to tell it to do things? Like, how long can you keep doing that? And that can also stress your body out a little bit more too. And for the reasoning that you're doing it for is really good. So you can just go cold turkey, let your body do what it needs to do when it needs to do it without trying to overpower it.
It's funny you say that because I was talking to a girl that did take Kisspeptin, and she took it in January and she didn't get her cycle back till April. Said they actually realized that the dosing she was taking pulled out the Kisspeptin. That's when she got her period.
Oh,
interesting.
So she took it for 12 weeks. But if you actually think about it, a girl's cycle is her body's ability to produce its natural estrogen and other hormones. If you are continuously firing your body to do something that it's not able to do by itself, yeah, you're probably not going to get a cycle. Jaden doesn't really know that. I don't really know that. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not, but I'm at the point now where I just need to get back to homeostasis by myself. I think that's the best case scenario,
So true. And
you know?
an example of think recovery, right? Say if my goal right now in the off season is to prioritize my recovery, but I'm still taking Sloop, I'm still taking Motsy, I'm still taking all these things to tell my body to work and move and expend energy when I'm trying to like prioritize recovery, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. Right. So it kind of goes hand in hand with what you're talking about of how to get your everything back on track. Like that's a little kickstart, but if, sometimes it just needs time to regulate itself.
Yeah, I think there's no better time for
100%.
you to do it either. Obviously, taking an actual year off of competing and feeling at home in your body. How many years can you put yourself through it until it's a pressure point that's going to eventually break? I think it's the best time for you to take your time and figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kaylee, you got your cycle back pretty fast, right?
I had my
After
cycle
your
2 weeks
shows?
out last year, and then I had it like 10 days after show, not even that long, 10 to 15 days after show. Yeah, when I reversed into show, in between shows, it tried to come back, and I told Ryan to take my almond butter because I knew it was coming back because I screamed at a gas attendant. And he was like, oh, okay, we'll drop the fats again. So he pulled some fats out and I was fine. But I just didn't want it to come back between shows because I was like, I don't want to fucking deal with this right now. Like, please take my almond butter.
Oh my God.
Hey, I actually have a question, kind of to get back into the topic. So, have you noticed any negative side effects so far? And have you noticed any positive side effects?
Positive side effects. I think my libido is higher, which is fun. And
That's the one thing.
that's interesting because it definitely wasn't like it is right now. My recovery is so much better in between sessions. Sometimes when I'm not running my Anavar in between glute days, I can't walk for 2 to 3 days because I don't let that intensity slip, even though I'm not as strong. I know my training is better because I feel more focused during my training. Negative side effects. I have achy knees. Like, I think that my joints kind of get achy, but that's like one of the very milder
Okay.
symptoms that people can experience. I just make sure I keep my water intake up, take my liver supplements and my
Drop an
can't remember the
estrogen
name of it
too.
right now, but yeah, cycles are still normal. Everything's pretty normal. I haven't noticed anything too negative.
That's good.
That's really good.
Yep. And the peptide I started taking is amazing. My hair feels so good. My skin is so much better now. I'm taking GHKCU.
Glow.
It doesn't get rid of acne, but it helps heal a lot faster. So when I do get a breakout, instead of being on my face for a week, it's there for like a day or two, which is nice. My hair is growing like crazy and it feels really thick and healthy.
That's awesome.
Usually isn't the case, but
Speaking of peptides too, and your transition from being a natural competitor to open, and now with this peptide world going on, do you find a pressure taking PEDs, but also this laundry list of peptides that's out there that people are recommending and wanting to take? Do you find now I'm an open athlete, I need to take everything under the sun? Do you feel a pressure that you have to add in all of these things, or is it like one thing at a time?
sometimes I think people will give suggestions now that they know I'm not natty and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you should put like red. And it's like, I take all of those things into consideration. It's like, if it's a tool we need to use down the line, Ryan will tell me, if there's something we need to bring in, I'm going to trust he's going to bring it up and we'll talk about it then. But then I go back to like, I did this shit cold turkey, like raw dogged it for 3 years, you know? It's like, I don't need all these training wheels to get lean. I come in fucking dick skin peeled, dude, naturally. Girls are like, you're lying, you're not natty. I have been accused a million times. The second year I did Toronto, AJ was like, bro, you're crazy. I can't believe you're natty. How are you walking around like that? And I'm just like, I don't know. I ate like 500-gram carb today. I feel pretty good, actually.
I met you at that show and I had no clue you were natural until we followed each other on Instagram. But when I saw you, I was like, oh my God, this girl's jacked.
Yeah,
Who's
it's
this
like the
girl?
way I don't know.
And you were one of the only nice ones to me backstage. So I was like, I need to know who this girl
Everyone's
is.
so cutthroat at Toronto, I think. That's what I was telling my client today, actually. The one that's competing for the first time this coming weekend. She was like,
She looks
dude,
shredded.
she's peeled. She is peeled right now. I could not bring her in any freaking more lean. But the thing is,
No,
it's
you
her
can't.
first year competing, and she did have an eating disorder before this. She's open about this. So she's small, you know, she's gotta grow. Because it's like her glutes could be so crispy right now, but it's like we just don't have as much muscle beneath. And so it's like, I can't bring you in any more lean. Like, you're literally have veins everywhere. Like, you're striating everywhere. And she's like, I just don't think I'm lean enough. And I'm like, it's not that. It's that when we come out of this show, we need to grow. Like, we need to put on so much muscle tissue, which is going to be so easy because this girl is eating more than me 2 weeks out when I'm 12 weeks out. When she's in her off season, she'll eat like 150-gram fat. I swear, like 500-gram carb. Her protein was maxed. I told her, I can't give you any more protein because your kidneys are going to fucking fail. Like, I cannot give you any more protein. And she's like, I don't even have digestion issues. Like, I feel great. I'm like, bro, you are packing that food in. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, I was telling her today that this is your first show. You're at a regional level. You did all the hard work. The last thing you need to be doing right now is not good enough. I'm not lean enough. I'm not big enough. It's like, you deserve to be on that stage. You did everything that you were told through your entire prep. You were a workhorse. And it's like, you need to have fun. You need to do this show this weekend because you love this sport and it's because you want to do it. Not because you want to be lean or leaner than the other girls. Bikini's not about being lean, and you don't want it to be about placings because you have so much future ahead of you in this sport. This is just the beginning. Stop focusing on if you're perfect and just focus on having fun. It really was eye-opening for me too. I can get lost in those feelings like, am I big enough? I deserve to be on this national stage. I show up. Exactly. You have to do it for more reasons than just winning, you know? Because you can't control that, especially with bikini.
No, we talked about this on the last podcast that like at the end of the day, the sport is the easiest thing ever. Like if you like the actual sport, the diet, the training, it's the easy. That's the easy part. The hard part is the fact that you have to be okay with being judged and prep by people, by coaches, by family and friends. You have to be okay with that. By yourself. Two, it's the mental. That's probably about the sport because not other sport is as mental as this. Like psychotic to the point where there's no off season. When you're in off season, you are in prep.
Arguably more important than prep. I'm in off season. I'm fucking throwing up in the gym because I'm training so hard in my off season. I can't walk for like 4 days.
I think the food, and that's where it's not just
Yeah.
about getting it, everything is built in the off season, and you just showcase it in prep.
Yeah.
It's a blip.
Yeah, I had a conversation with this girl and she was like, I lost my period for like 5 years and I don't care. Boozing. Like she kept boozing because she would prep all the time and she wasn't big enough. And I finally realized that without a cycle, your body can't function properly. So this just goes to show that doing what you need to do in the off season, getting fat if you need to see it, but getting bigger than you're comfortable with. Most of the time, we think we're way bigger than.
Oh my God, I'm so mad and mean to myself. Like season, I'm just like, you're fat, and it's like you're not fat, like not even close to fat. And like I've said that to you too when you like say it. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, we're not fat. It's the mental part of this sport. That's also what I said to my client is a lot of people compete one time, they don't compete ever again because it takes so much to overcome the mental side of things that some people just decide they don't want to deal with it, which I mean, that's amazing. That's why bodybuilding is not for every single person. And it's like, you need to really weigh the pros and cons and who you are as a person. Like for me, I love bodybuilding so much that my entire life is shaped around the ability to do this sport. And some people, that's not possible for them. And the mental side of things can take a toll on your personal life and your relationships and your work.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everyone. And those are things that people need to consider when they're thinking of doing this sport. That's why I love how authentic people can be like you guys online about what goes into it, because a lot of people just see.
Can you see her? Sorry.
It's okay. She's so cute.
She just got surgery, so I don't want to
Yeah.
I don't want to tell her no.
Because a lot of people see like the glitz, the glamour, the show day, like, oh my God, they look great, but they don't understand the actual mental side of it and what actually goes into it. So they just see that and they're like, oh, I want to do that. And then they hop into a prep and they're like, oh shit, this is what it's like. And then all this stuff comes up. So it's like,
It's actually
yeah,
kind
you
of hard.
realize obviously until you're in it and you experience it yourself. But I feel like if you have people who like are in it, they talk about it too and like make sure everything in your life is good and like the way you think about food and how you like do your habits now and what does that look like, because that will shape how you are and how you can function doing a prep.
The relationship with food is a big one.
We had this talk about like relation. I want to get your take on it though, Kaylee. What do you think being in a relationship with food, like what does that mean to you, and like how do you feel about the way people say that?
I think it's toxic because food is an object. It's like you use it.
But you did it.
Yeah. Everybody has a different relationship with it and it depends how you view it, right? Like for me, my relationship with food is healthy because it's an object to me. I use it to fuel my goals. But I have a very toxic relationship with my phone. I'm on it 24/7. Lots of people fall into these traps where they think it's reward and it's punishment. And it's so toxic. And I think the relationship with food is, I remember you guys, I think you made a post about this and I read it and I agreed with everything you said in it, except I think in my head, my relationship with food is like something people say. You know what I mean? For me, it means nothing because I'm not like, I come out of my preps and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to eat because it makes me feel better. And like, I don't really give a fuck if I'm lean.
Yeah, I think it's just the way of people say it. It's just an automatic thing, right? Relationship with food. Like, how's your relationship with food? Everyone can have a different view on it, but I feel like mentally sometimes people can digest that sentence, relationship with food, as like they start to personify it. Like, oh, we're in a relationship with our friends, our significant others, our family members. We're not in a relationship with food. So I'm not dating oatmeal today. How do I feel about you? You know what I mean? Like it's
I think a better word would probably be like, what's your attachment with like
or yeah, what's
food? Is it mental, emotional, physical? Like what, like
that's true.
How do you categorize it? Is how people should really talk about it because that's
or how
what
do you
it
look
is.
at it? Do you look at it as food? Do you look at it
Your
as
view.
like a reward? Do you look at it as like comfort? Like it all depends. I really wanted to get
All I know.
But I do like how you said it is a slogan and it's going to be really difficult to detach that sentence, right? Because there's millions of posts on social media with how to have a better relationship with food. This is how I dealt with my relationship with food. You saying you're in a relationship is like a bad thing. Like you and food already had a bad relationship. But how I explain it to my client, I primarily work with people with eating disorders. Yeah. So I try to tell them to detach the idea that they're in sort of relationship with food because, like you said, food is something that they either enjoy or don't enjoy. Do not enjoy food. I can tell you what foods I enjoy, but in general, I could probably go the entire day without eating because I don't have hunger cues. I don't it doesn't go like that for me. I just know I have certain times I have to eat, but I slowly had to detach from that, actually enjoy food again and get hunger signals. That's my attachment to food. I know that if I don't eat, I don't train properly. If I don't train properly, I can get my period back. I can't lift, and if I can't lift, I can't compete. That's it.
Yeah.
It like you have to find your why do you eat? Not you don't want to, but why do you eat? Some people can do it because they just like
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm recognizing that too.
That helped. When I was younger, I viewed it as a comfort thing. I would eat when I was bored or stressed or anxious. Bodybuilding taught me the opposite. And I carry through my coaching because my clients will sometimes ask me, I preferred my meal plan like this because I like these things. Okay, but there's a time and place for those things because right now we're in a deficit and we're cutting, and it's like we can't. It's so hard to explain. And when you talk to people who view food a specific way, where it's like it's a reward or something that comforts them, and flipping that mindset to its fuel, and you eat these things for a purpose, is like, we're gonna have peanut butter again. There's gonna be peanut butter in this meal again, you know? But it's just not right now because we're not bulking and we're not looking to grow right now. We're looking to clean things up a little bit. And it's like, I can't be putting peanut butter in every meal. So it's like trying to get that mindset teaches them so much, and they're better off in the future when they're not working with you to know these things.
That's true. And teaching them the purpose, like why do we have a pre-workout meal and a post-workout meal? Why are we eating 5 meals a
Yeah.
day instead of one
Yeah.
massive one? Or why are we having more carbs on a training day than a rest day? Like,
oh,
Agreed.
yeah.
agreed. Okay. I want to finish this off, but I want to do a quick rapid fire. Anavar or Primo?
I don't know that I don't take Primo, so Anavar.
Do you enjoy bulking or cutting more?
Cutting.
Glutes or shoulders?
Shoulders.
Really?
Love a
Yes.
good shoulder
Okay.
pump, though.
More food?
More food.
More cardio?
I would rather do more
What's that
cardio
then?
and be able to eat more food. You could draw my food to literally nothing, and if I'm not doing any cardio, my body doesn't drop weight. I have to be moving.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Stairmaster or incline treadmill?
Stairmaster. It's easier to
Okay.
work.
If she's one of us,
It's easier to do work on my phone and get my heart rate up. I gotta be
Is-
sprinting on the fucking treadmill. Then I get shin splints.
in your personal opinion, do you prefer the bikini division now or 5 years ago?
Now, I want to be bigger and harder and leaner and let us grow.
That is true.
I
Like,
love
it's
you.
almost, it's obviously the division is growing and even the sport is growing. And it's nice because you bikini girls, you still train freaking hard. And it's like once you get to the shape or the size that you already are, it's like, how do I progress now? And a lot of girls be like, okay, well, maybe I need to grow into a different division or this. But you don't want to decrease your training. You don't want to decrease your amount or volume of training either. You want to keep training freaking hard. So it's kind of
Some
progressing.
bikini competitors, if they didn't come in as full and they walked head on and hit a front pose for figure, they would be able to do well in figure. The
Yeah.
main difference is peaking protocols and strategies and posing and overall look. But the muscle size and density, sure, the lats are a little less developed than figure. You would need a thicker back in figure. But some of these girls can probably do some figure shows and do well. And I love that. I think it's cool that we have so many different divisions that aren't fit model, you know, like they are more developed for
Yeah.
women to choose from. It's like what works best for your body type, because genetics do play a
with you.
role, right? But it's like all of us want to be big and muscular because that's why we do this. I don't eat 12 chickens a week so I can not have big shoulders. Weren't you eating when we started this?
Like literally. Yeah, I didn't finish meal. So I've been having little bites going.
Man, I inhale it.
Kaylee, where can everyone find you?
Coach.kales with 2 S's on Instagram. I am on TikTok with the same handle. And my podcast as well. If you like this podcast, mine is similar. I only interview people.
So
It's
sweet.
Between Sets podcast. We should do a collab sometime. It'd be fun to
Between
do
sets,
like
I
a...
love that
That would
name.
be so fun.
Yeah, when I came up with it, I was like, bro. I might have just peaked when I had that thought to name it that. Where we
I
get
agree.
unfiltered and unracked about all things bodybuilding.
I love that. More of that.
Fitness and lifestyle
sick.
mindset, I think. I need an intro.
Preach it.
But
We
yeah.
need more of this in
Kales.
our lives. Thank you so much for coming on for round 2. This was definitely a better go around, and we talked about a lot more than we planned to. So that was great.
Yeah.
More topics. We covered everything though. That was really good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Of course. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this
Oh my
again.
God.
I really
No problem.
appreciate it. We both do.
Anytime. I love to yap.
As
Okay.
we